Good day, math learners! Welcome to session 7.1, Solving Problems Involving Parabola and Its Properties. Our specific objective for this session is to determine the equation of a parabola in standard form, identify its vertex, and the value of c given its graph. So, for this session, given the graph of a parabola, we are going to determine the equation in standard form for items 1, 2, and 3 and identify the vertex and the value of c. Let's begin. Alright, so let us have item number 1. This is number 1. I missed to number it. Anyway, so as we can see here, we have the graph which is opening downward. So basically, if you can still recall, the standard form of the equation of a parabola when it is vertical, when it is a vertical parabola, is that is x minus h quantity squared equal to 4c times y minus k. Okay, and so we already know that c here is negative because it's going downward. And if the vertex is at the origin, then we can just write the equation into x squared equal to 4c times y, okay, because our k is also 0. And so what we need here additionally is the value of our c. Well, we know that c is the directed distance from the vertex. Let me use a red ink. C is the directed distance from the vertex to the focus. This time we are not given a focus, but rather we are given the line L, our directrix. And our directrix has the equation y equal to positive 2. Therefore, the distance from the vertex to the directrix is 2, which is our C. Okay? And so basically the focus must be here. It's also 2 from the origin. The distance is 2. But it's negative 2. The C is negative 2 because it is a directed distance. Therefore, our C is negative 2. And so we write the equation. The equation would be The equation is x squared equal to 4 times our c, which is negative 2, times y. And when we simplify that, we have negative 8y. Alright? And what is also asked from us is to identify the vertex. Well, it's very easy. In this graph here, the vertex is at 0, 0. And we are also asked the value of c. And c is equal to negative 2. And so there we have it. Item number 1. Let's proceed to item number 2. Okay, so this is item number 2. Let me number this one. I missed numbering the items. Okay, number 2. This time, the graph now is opening towards the left. Alright, so we know that this one is let me use the white ink. This is a horizontal parabola. And the equation is y minus k quantity squared equal to 4c times x minus h. This is the standard form of the equation of a parabola that is horizontal. But since the vertex, okay, the vertex here is at 0, 0, so we can just rewrite the equation into the vertex is at 0, 0. The equation would be y squared equal to 4cx. So our problem now is finding the c. Since we are given the directrix, and the directrix is at, for L, directrix is at this point here. This is positive 2. The equation of our directrix is x equal to 2. So the distance from the vertex towards our directrix is 2. And so would be its distance to the focus. So the vertex to the focus must also be 2. Therefore, this point is where our focus is. That's also 2. But since it's going to the left, that's why it's negative 2 here. And so our C is negative 2. So when we write the equation would be y squared equal to 4 times negative 2x, and that's equal to y squared equal to negative 8x. Alright, so that's y squared equal to negative 8x. And the vertex, obviously, on the graph, the vertex is at 0, 0. And the value of our C is equal to negative 2. And so that's it for item number 2. Let's proceed to item number 3. Okay, so we have item number 3 here. This time we are not given a graph where the vertex is at the origin. This time the vertex is somewhere else. It's not at the origin. Let's try to look at the grids closely of our coordinate system and mark it carefully so it would be easy for us to identify the location of our point. So if this is negative 5, this must be negative 4. This one is negative 3. This is negative 2. This is negative 1. And this is 0, 0. So given the focus at this point here, our focus is at 5 and negative 4, right? And obviously, looking at the vertex, this is negative 5, this must be negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1. So our vertex is at negative 3, negative 4. Okay? So if you can still remember, the standard form of the equation of a parabola that is horizontal, the standard form is y minus k quantity squared equal to 4c times x minus h. Okay? And since we are given the vertex and the vertex is at negative 3, negative 4, and we were able to identify that, we can just substitute our k and our h with the coordinates of our vertex. So we would have y minus k quantity squared equal to 4c times x minus h. This would be y minus negative 4 quantity squared equal to 4c times x minus negative 3. So when we simplify this, this would become y plus 4 quantity squared equal to 4c times x plus 3. So our remaining problem now is finding the value of c. And we would know that c is the directed distance from the vertex to the focus. So let's try to look at it. Okay, so let's use another ink, the red one. So from the vertex, this is our vertex. From the vertex to the focus, let's try to count that. This is 1 from the vertex, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 counts from the vertex. Therefore, our C, because it's opening to the right, so that's positive. So therefore, our C is equal to 8. So when we write the equation, we finally have y plus 4 quantity squared equal to 4 times 8 times x plus 3. Simplifying that further, we have y plus 4 quantity squared equal to 32 times x plus 3. That is the equation of our parabola. The vertex is at negative 3, negative 4, and the C, the value of C is positive 8. So from negative 3 to 5, that's positive 8. And so that's it. That's how we're going to work on problems involving parabolas and its properties given its graph. That's it, math learners. I hope you've learned something today. in this session as we discussed about solving problems involving parabolas and its properties given its graph, particularly determining the equation of a parabola in standard form, identifying the vertex and the value of c given its graph. See you next session. Bye!